You need to own a home because you're throwing money away renting. Hi. Wait, I don't know what that was. Hi, and welcome back to your favorite channel. So I was driving around as I do, and I decided that I want to do a chat, a buyer's chat. So a chat about if you're looking to buy, like things you need to know. But this is probably not going to be like your typical buyer's video of, 5 things you need to do before you buy a home. It probably won't be like that. I want to have like an honest chat. And if you, the person that's thinking about buying a home is actually ready to move forward in buying a home, because homeownership is great, but I feel like we don't have honest conversations on what it means to buy a home. So this is not to deter you from buying a home, but it's just let's see if you're ready to buy a home. I even wrote notes and everything on my phone. So the first thing is, and this is a giveaway. This should be an easy one. You need money. You need money to buy a home. You need money to buy the home, and you need money to own the home. And I think people underestimate how much money you need or how much money you should have when you decide to go into own ownership, because the expenses do not stop after you sign on the dotted line and the house is now yours. So we know the obvious things. We know the closing costs, the down payment, depending on the type of loan you're getting. We know all of that. But listen, initially, off the bat, you buy a house, moving costs, furnishing costs, utility bills is gonna look a little bit different. If you have an HOA, that's an added cost. And then your mortgage payment is probably not going to look the same year after year after year. Like the cheapest mortgage payment I had was in year 1 of owning my home. It has not been that low since. It has not been as low as it was since year 1 of owning my home. It's gone up every single year after that. Now, if you don't know the breakdown of your mortgage, we can do that in another video, but let's assume you know the breakdown of your mortgage, right? So you have your principal payment and your interest payment. Then you have those 2 other things, insurance and taxes. Those are the ones that are going to change year after year, after year after year. And especially if you buy new construction, be ready. Be ready for those taxes, for when those taxes really hit. Be ready for that number to yeah. So another thing I always hear people that are thinking about buying a home say is, well, I pay $1,800 a month for my rent payment. Why can't I afford a mortgage? Different dynamics here. When you rent, the most you're going to pay on a monthly basis is your rent payment. That's the most you're going to pay every month is your rent. When you own a home, your mortgage payment is the least you're going to pay. Your mortgage payment is the least you're going to pay. And the main reason is the expenses that come with home ownership, right? Like you rent, something breaks, you call your landlord, they come, they fix it, probably don't cost you nothing. You just know somebody came, fixed it, it's no longer a problem. When you own the home and something breaks, well, you call the guy that's going to fix it and then you pay them. Guy or gal. You call the guy or gal that's going to fix it, and then you pay them. Like you are responsible for whatever breaks. There's no, unless you got people in your family that fix things, and that's different. But if you don't, it's on you. And yes, there are warranties when you have new homes, but they don't last forever. And even in new construction, things still break. And then the warranties they have is a 1-year warranty for workmanship, a 2-year warranty. This might not be the case in every situation, but in most situations, when you buy new construction, it comes with a 1-year warranty for workmanship, and a 2-year warranty for your distribution systems, which is your HVAC, your plumbing, electrical, and then it has the structural warranty, which is the structural things that could happen in a home. But 1 year and 2 years goes by really fast. So after those warranties are up, then it's on you. And then you have additional home warranties that you can get. Some people are for them, some people are not. I will say make that decision based on you. If you can save Like if you can save the money that, if you can put away money consistently to prepare for the things that will break, I will say do that. Like if you're good at that, continue to do that. However, that's not your thing. That's not your thing, and you're not going to save and put that money away, or you don't have like a little slush fund somewhere, then think about getting a home warranty. Think about getting a home warranty to cover the things that may go wrong. This is separate from your insurance. This is separate from home insurance. It's not the same. Okay, we're still talking about money. We haven't moved on from money yet. I have heard this from real estate agents. I have heard it from mortgage brokers, mortgage lenders, the saying, what is it? Date the rate, marry the house. That's the saying. Date the rate, marry the house. First of all, sometimes in real life, the marriage still doesn't work out. I'm gonna just put that out there. Sometimes the marriage still doesn't work out. So I personally do not like that saying. It's not one that I encourage you to, as a new home buyer, as a potential new home buyer. It is not one that I am going to advise you to follow. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say this. Last year, last summer, all the experts were like, rates are going to be in the fives by this summer. They all said the market was going to crash. That's a different story. But all the experts were like, rates are going to be in the fives. To my knowledge, that's not the case. Unless you do a buy down, which is money out of pocket, rates are still very much in the mid sixes, like 6.5 and up. Last I'm tracking. It changes. It does change, but as of this conversation, I'm tracking that rates are still very much in the high sixes. If you had bought your house under the date the rate, marry the house type bit, and you had bought it maxed out, it was like, okay, well, I can afford it right now at this interest rate as long as I can refinance in a year from now when the rates drop to 5%. If you had done that, yeah, throw that saying out. Throw it out. Throw it out the window. Throw it in the trash. No, don't listen to that. Do not listen to that. Buy what you can afford today, like right now. Like you can afford, if you can afford whatever the interest rate is right now, then you buy. If you can only afford what the interest rates now, if you can only afford what the interest rates are now for a certain period of time, and then you're going to need to refinance, then don't buy. It's not your time. Wait until you're in a position that you can do that, or work to get to that place where you need to be able to afford the house that you want. If the house that you want is not within your reach, then it is not your time to buy. Don't let anybody on the internet force you into buying a house that you can't afford. Don't do it. There's nothing wrong with renting, people. There is nothing wrong with renting. If that's where you are, then that's where you are. If there's nothing wrong with, it's like an argument. It's like, oh, well, you need to own a home because you're throwing money away renting. No, you're not. You're paying to live. You're paying to have a roof over your head. You're not throwing money away. Like, don't let people on the internet force you into a position that you can't afford to be in. Okay. This one is very important. Who you hire to be your real estate agent is very important. It is. And when I say who you hire to be a real estate agent, I mean real estate agent, and I'm bundling real estate agents, active real estate agents that are working with clients, and then the sales reps that works for the builders. It matters who you work with. You gotta pick an agent that has your best interest in mind. The one thing, I have nothing against sales reps. I don't, but they work for the builder. You know what I'm saying? They work for that builder. And I'm not saying that they're bad. That's not what I'm saying, but they work for the builder versus an agent that is working for you. And I'm a real estate agent. That may have been loud. I'm sorry. I'm a real estate agent. I work with other real estate agents. I'm not going to tell you that we're all great and we're all fantastic and we're all, here for you. I'm not going to tell you that lie. But you hire an agent to work for you. Like, you're the one that's hiring them. You don't have to pick the first one you see. Like, if you pick one and the interview, first of all, you have the option to interview multiple. Pick the one that best suits you, best suits, but like gives you, like, it's a vibe. It's a vibe. So pick the one that's going to be best for you, your situation, and your family. And usually you can tell. And if you pick someone and it's not working, you can terminate. There is the option to terminate. So you can end that and you can move on. But who you hire to work for you matters. And unless you put an offer in a house and you're under contract for that house, you are not tied to that. Pick the agent that is going to best suit your needs. Okay. And people, get the dang pre-approval. Get the dang pre-approval. Like, I don't understand why y'all think that when we ask you to get pre-approved, we're somehow trapping you into some transaction. No, we're not. You're not committed to buy if you get a pre-approval. The pre-approval is for you. It's not for us per se. It's so you know, first of all, that you can get pre-approved, even though with a pre-approval stuff can still happen. But at a preliminary look, you qualify to buy this home. And it also gives you a number. It gives you a number that this lender is willing to give you to buy this house, right? Imagine, because you're so scared of the pre-approval because your agent is trying to trap you into buying a house. We're not. But imagine you're out here looking at houses. I don't know what agent is going to take you looking at houses without pre-approval, but you're out here looking at houses, right? No pre-approval. In your mind, you're like, I can get pre-approved for whatever number is in my head. I can get pre-approved for this amount. No problem. And that's great, but I need that, like, that needs to be validated with a pre-approval. But I digress. You're out there, you're looking at houses, no pre-approval. You find this house that you like based on the number you have in your head on how much you can get pre-approved for. You have this house, you love it. You decide, okay, I want to put an offer in. Then you do your pre-approval. And then it comes back either that, no, you got some stuff on here you need to clear up. Your debt to income ratio is way too high. You need to clear some of that stuff out. Or you get pre-approved for a number significantly lower than that house you just fell in love with. Like, once you've fallen in love with that house now. Like, no, any house you look at after that, you're going to compare to that house that is now out of your budget. The pre-approval is not for us. The pre-approval is actually for you. It's so you know at a minimum or maximum what the bank is willing to lend you to buy a house, or if the bank is willing to lend you anything to buy a house. Because I get it. Everybody thinks they can qualify. Everybody does. And then they don't. The last thing I'm going to say is home inspections. Do the home inspections. Even on new construction homes, do the home inspections. It's worth it to do it before you officially own a home. Like, it's going to cost you some money. In North Carolina, it may cost you around $400 or $500, depending on the size of the home, probably more. At least, okay, let me be specific. In this part of North Carolina, in the Fayetteville area, Fort Liberty surrounding areas, it's going to cost you about $400 or $500. Could be more if the house, depending on the size of the house. Just do it. Is it going to catch every single thing that's wrong with the house? Probably not. But it's going to catch the things that it can, and that could save you money in the long term. It could save you a significant amount of money in the long term, because then you have the option to be aware of the things that could be wrong, or you're like, I don't want to deal with that, and walk away. In either case, it's going to just save you a lot of heartache and pain in the long run. So get the home inspection, and get the HVAC inspection, especially on older homes. Just get it. All right. That was it. I may have missed some stuff, so there can be a part 2. So if there's stuff that you want me to address or talk about, please comment it, and then I can make another video about that. And I went on my little chat. We're gonna call it a chat. I went on that and forgot to say subscribe to my channel so you can see more of these chats because I plan to do more because there's just some stuff we need to talk about. So please subscribe, comment how you feel about the things I said, if you agree, disagree, or if there's things you would like me to address. I would love to hear your feedback. Okay, bye.